Hey everyone, today we are here with Nate Bailey. He is a dynamic offensive weapon from the New Jersey area, primarily lining up at the slot and running back position. Nate is a rising junior at St. Joe's Regional in Montvale, New Jersey, and he really is a player to watch going into his junior season. And we want to give him a little bit of a chance to tell us about his journey, tell us about himself, and give him an opportunity really to get some more exposure. So, how are you doing, Nate?
I'm doing good here, sir.
I'm good. I'm good. Appreciate you making the time for this and hope it's helpful and want to just give you a chance to tell your story a bit.
Appreciate it.
So really just want to start off and um, give you a chance, I guess, to tell us a little bit more about you. Obviously just finished up your sophomore season a
Hmm.
couple months ago, finished up the 7-on-7 circuits, which
Yep.
we'll talk about a little bit more and yeah, just tell us, I guess, maybe how you got to where you are today, and things like that.
It's been a pretty long journey so far, but just a learning process. Learning that it's more than just football. It's a whole nother side to it and things of that nature. It's good though so far. Meeting a lot of new people, people helping me as Jakari and guys like that.
Gotcha. So kind of what made you get into playing football and kind of maybe share a little bit more about that.
What made me get into playing football, I say, was just the environment and like my community. Football is big. Like you go outside, everybody playing football, and
Mhm.
a lot of older guys use it as a tool, and it's just something that I thought was a pretty good idea. I did it as well.
Okay. Are you originally from the North Jersey area or?
Yeah, I'm from Orange, New Jersey.
Okay, very nice. And then what's the experience been like? Obviously, playing in the prep conference in New Jersey is very competitive. You get a lot of good competition that you're playing against. What has that been like so far for you in high school so far?
I mean, growing up, like that's what everybody want to play. Everybody want to play for the St. Joe's, the Don Bosco's, and things like that. So it's everything that I dreamed of so far, and it's been great. The environment, it gets crazy sometimes, but you gotta love it.
Gotcha. So I guess really you're going to be going into your junior season, but do you want to maybe tell us a little bit more about how your, I guess, freshman, sophomore year, stuff like that went?
My freshman season was a big adjustment. It was crazy.
Okay.
'Cause I had came from the Brick City Lions, and
Okay.
that
They're a powerhouse too in New Jersey, though.
for sure, for sure. So Brick City Lions, it's big. It's big football for youth football, but
Hmm.
it was still crazy adjustment because I went in playing varsity. So we played good council my first varsity game, and that's a powerhouse in Maryland. It was great environment. The environment changed was different. So it was good, but just learning a lot my freshman year. Freshman year was solid. I ended up with like 300 yards, something like
Bad?
it wasn't bad, but I had like one or two touchdowns. It was a cool
Yeah.
freshman season. It was more of a learning thing, but the guys ahead of me were great, and it was a pretty good season. Sophomore season, I kind of turned some heads a little bit with that season. I think I had close to 600 yards,
Nice.
um, 5, 6 touchdowns. But yeah, I think sophomore season was a very strong season. I just want to build up off of that one.
Okay, I gotcha. And I know we were talking a little bit. So you have some plans to possibly play some in the backfield going into this season, opposed to just slot, right?
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Get the ball in playmakers' hands. That's all you got to do,
Right,
right?
make stuff happen.
Yep. So I guess want to ask you, obviously your career is still pretty young in high school, but maybe what is one of the biggest lessons you have learned since getting to St. Joe's?
Biggest lesson I've learned since getting to St. Joe's, I'd say, sometimes you go into games with like that mindset that I got to do this, and I
Mhm.
think the biggest lesson for that was once you think about winning, that's when it really happens. Like my best games came from like us being down and me just wanting to win, like for the team, and that's
Mhm.
I feel like that's the biggest lesson I've learned.
That's a good mindset to have.
Yeah.
Um, so is there, I mean, obviously you're very dynamic. and going to be playing some running back and stuff like that this year. Is there really any player maybe in the league or in college right now that you kind of look up to or try to mold your game after?
Yeah, we were just talking about it earlier. I say Devo Samuels for sure. That aggression he plays with, he's not like the most athletic guy on the field, but he makes it happen, and it's just like he has heart. You can see it.
Yeah, that dog mentality just to get
Yeah,
it
for
done no
sure.
matter how. Do you play special teams and stuff like that? I didn't get
Yes. So
we didn't
I did a lot of kick return last year until I ended up with turf toe towards the
Oh
end of the
wow.
season. Yeah. But this year, I hate being off the field. So it's just like punt return, kick return. I'm ready to do all of it.
Got you. So what do you think some of your strengths are really in your game that you're gonna carry out into your last 2 seasons in high school and then into college?
I think my biggest strengths for sure I say my ability to move in tight spaces and my quickness and things like that. And then I say IQ. I think IQ is the reason a big part of where I'm at today. Like even from my freshman season, I feel like I wouldn't have been able to play
Yeah.
varsity without that IQ factor. So I think my twitch and IQ for sure.
Yeah, I mean that honestly, I'm playing varsity as a freshman and putting up some good stats. Like you have to be athletic enough and gifted enough to do it, but like you're right, if your IQ wasn't on point as a freshman, you weren't going to get on the
Yeah.
field. So,
Yeah.
do you I mean, what do you just kind of attribute that to being kind of a smart guy, or is it just you study film a lot,
I
or
do. I think some of it came naturally and I think a lot of
okay,
it came just for the love of the game, but I watch a lot of football. Like I watch a lot of football. Me and my friends joke about it sometimes. It's just like that's all I do sometimes. So it's like, yeah.
okay, gotcha. Um, so really, obviously gave you a chance to talk about your strengths a little bit, but also it's probably important to realize where maybe you have a weakness or a room for improvement. So
Mhm.
want to ask you, is there anywhere in your game that you're trying to improve on and things like that?
Yeah, I say my biggest thing is I think I'm more quick than fast as of right now.
Okay.
So I say like being able to win all those foot
Yeah.
races, those explosive touchdowns, like 80-yard touchdowns and things like that. So I think that like that long speed, the breakaway speed, and I think another thing is I want to say my blocking. I want to work pass block. I want to work run block a little better. I want to be like a big factor like in every aspect, no weakness.
Okay, that's awesome, man. I mean, I'll be honest, you don't hear a lot of young receivers talk about blocking, but
Yeah,
that is really an important part of the game and just wanting your team to win, you got to be able to help out with that also. So, um so, obviously you have a lot of experience under your belt for a guy going into his junior season.
mm.
Played a lot of different positions, a lot of good teams you've played as well, but what do you think maybe what else makes you different, do you think, compared to some other people in your recruiting class at your position?
Um, I think my versatility,
Okay.
uh, because you will see me in a bunch of different spots this year. And
Hmm.
I think that makes me like one of the higher quality type of guys in my class. Like me
Okay.
being able to do everything and I'm gonna do it. Like I'm gonna do it the right way for sure. Like it's not gonna look like a slot receiver just in the backfield. Like when I'm in the backfield, I'm gonna look like a running back and things like
Yeah.
that.
Is there any potential to possibly play defense also, or that's
Man,
up in the air?
me and my new coach, Coach Augie Hoffman, we've been going back and forth about that for a little minute. He's killing it right now, but hopefully, hopefully he gives me that opportunity soon.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you probably obviously a coach is going to try to put the best 11 on the field whenever, but I feel like usually in those prep conferences, you don't see a lot of guys playing
No,
both
not
ways.
often. No, not often. You gotta be different in order to do that and condition for sure.
Yeah, because you have so much talent really at those programs. It's hard to take a spot on both sides, so
On
that would
both
be
sides,
impressive.
yeah.
So I know you kind of brought up Jakari a little bit and stuff like that, and the 7-on-7 circuit. that you were doing with him, we were talking about offline, but kind of just want to give you a chance to talk about that a little bit, and how that went this past spring for you.
That was great. I had a ball, the 7-on-7 circuit. It was I say one of my most productive 7-on-7 seasons as well. He taught me a lot, and with him playing college ball at a high level, he was able to teach me some stuff that, you know, I didn't know before and things like that. And he was able to speak to me in almost like a different language because of our similar past and similar playing style.
Yeah, I guess both of you guys being offensive weapons like that and having probably similar body types a little bit and
Mhm.
twitchiness, that's cool to have a trainer like that that could help you out.
Yeah, it's great.
Um, so obviously one of the reasons we're doing this video is hopefully to get you some more exposure. So, um, also want to just ask you, how has, college recruiting been? Has that kind of started for you so far going into your junior year, or how's that all going?
I think it's really starting this year. Like last year, I went to a few college camps, and of course, schools visit my school,
Hmm.
so that was pretty cool. But this year, I feel like because as I'm getting older and I'm getting more productive through the years, I feel like it's starting to really it's becoming like real.
Okay. Are there any, I guess, camp circuits that you're doing this year also, or
Yeah, I've already done Penn State and Temple. Those are two really good camps. I got some good numbers out of there. And
okay.
then to end up the camping circuit for this year, I'm gonna do Penn State and Syracuse, and then I'm all ready for the season.
Nice, man. How have summer workouts and spring workouts and all that been so far?
Oh, it's been different. With our new coach, Coach Hoffman, we uh we get after it like very often, and we don't take a lot of breaks at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So kind of want to we'll start wrapping it up. I have a few more questions that kind of want to ask you, but I know you said you started playing youth football and stuff at Brick City, and obviously a really good program. Was there, I guess, any family members or like anybody in your immediate family circle or anything that like that kind of influenced your passion for football?
I wouldn't say my immediate circle, but
Mm,
guys with a big impact on me since I've been young, been playing for Brick City. So, you got Yasim Willis, Terrence Sumter, Omari Gaines. Those guys in my circle, they played for Brick City growing up, and I
okay.
did.
And also want to give you a chance to, I guess, shout out anybody who maybe's helping you out along this journey, any mentors, anybody that you kind of look up to or have been helping you out.
Of course, big thank you to Jakari. You know what I'm saying? He's been a big help ever since I met him a few summers ago, and my coaching staff has been a big help as well, and they make sure we're tapped in every day. Like they're a big help, and of course, my immediate family, like my mom and my dad, they're huge, like huge to my success.
Gotcha. And we'll wrap it up. Just kind of want to ask you what you're maybe looking most forward to going into next season. We're only a few months away, so
Um, we plan on turning some heads this year. Like
okay,
we got some really big games on the schedule. We play St. Francis out of Baltimore first game to open it up.
that's big. Is
Yeah.
that that shore circuit or like?
Nah, we're not. They're coming. They're coming to our field.
Oh wow, okay,
So yeah, that game, everybody wants to knock off Bergen Catholic, and we want to win a ring. Like that's all we think about. So those are my biggest plans, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
gotcha. And I guess kind of one last thing I want to ask you. Now that you're going into your junior season, are you kind of stepping into a more of a leadership role, or do you see yourself as a guy who um, wants to be more of a leader now that you're kind of growing in your role on the team as an upperclassman? Or
Yeah, I feel like I've always had like a leadership trait to me. So even through my freshman years, like even the older guys was sometimes look to me as a leader for certain things, and I do the same for them. But
okay,
yeah, for sure, I definitely want to play a big role in that leadership factor this year.
okay. Well, yeah, that's all I kind of wanted to ask you, Nate, and really hope this helps you out with along your journey and everything like that. Think you seem like a really high character guy, and really wish you the best of luck this season, and then also with the college recruiting stuff.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, man.